The UFC is planning a massive event at the White House on July 4th, 2026, to mark America's 250th birthday. And tonight, UFC CEO Dana White shared renderings of the event during a Fox News interview with Bret Baier.
It's going to be under 5,000 people. It depends on how much the lawn can hold. As far as weight, the octagon itself weighs 15,000 pounds. So we don't know. We're still working it out. And my vision for this thing is we have this big arch, as you can see, with the lighting grid, because what I want is the White House in the back. And then when you shoot, when the fight goes around to the other side, you'll see the Washington Monument. At first he put Ivanka in charge of handling this thing and putting it together. And when we sent the plans over to Ivanka, she said, "Dana, you do not mess around."
I'll say. Dana White says the event will seat under 5,000 people near the octagon. But another area nearby could hold up to 85,000 fans.
We can fit 85,000 people over there. We're going to have a stage where music, we'll have bands playing all day. And then people will be able to bring blankets and, lay around and watch the fights. We'll have screens up everywhere for everybody. We're literally going to take over Washington, D.C. that week. We're going to do the weigh-ins there. We're going to have fan events.
At the Lincoln Memorial.
That's what we're talking about, yeah. And we'll have fan events all week. We're going to do our expo there and just a total Washington, D.C. takeover.
Well, it's still unclear who will step into the octagon, but last month, President Trump floated the idea of hosting a UFC fight, and star fighter Conor McGregor says, hey, count me in.
We all know President Trump loves UFC crowds, and they love him. But he usually needs to travel to see a UFC fight, but not next July, when America 250 will welcome a major UFC fight to the White House grounds. Yeah, the Octagon. It's coming to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. And UFC President Dana White just gave Bret a preview of what the event setup will look like. Oh, man, it's awesome. A UFC legend will also be fighting.
Conor McGregor want to be a part of that.
I'm on it.
You're on it?
I'm on it. Well,
who are you fighting?
I am. This is me. Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler and myself have done the show, The Ultimate Fighter. We've had a good back and forth. He's a good, tough guy. And, the Mac is excited to get back for sure.
Here to react is UFC fighter Michael Chandler, a good tough guy. Michael, how are you tonight? How big of an event is this one going to be, my friend? This is amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing. Thank you for having me. Dana said it earlier on Bret's show. They are in the business of putting on one-of-one experiences that you will never be seen again. Fighting at the White House in June, July, whenever it is going to be absolutely spectacular on America's birthday, no less.
Do you expect that this will be like a light show, kind of something like we've never seen before at UFC? I mean, I've been to UFC fights. They're unbelievable. But Trump is promising something very different for the way this will look.
Yeah, one thing is for sure, expect the unexpected. When you got Dana White and Donald Trump, you got their brains behind it, their promotional brains behind it. Man, expect the unexpected. Nothing is impossible for these gentlemen. It's going to be a one-of-one type of show. Obviously, as we heard Conor earlier, that is the fight to make. Conor and I, we have some history. We did The Ultimate Fighter 12 weeks on ESPN. I'm the opponent that he wants. He's the opponent that I want, and it seems like that's a heck of a main event for the UFC White House.
How many times have you had your nose broken, Michael? Have you lost track?
I've lost track. I think I lost track of the stitches as well, but that's what we do. The scars and the crooked noses, they remind people of what you've done, what you've accomplished, and that you're a man or a woman that's battle-tested, and a man or a woman to be followed. And we've gone through a lot as fighters. We go through a lot. And just to see as the sport grows, that we're talking about a fight at the White House, it's absolutely spectacular. What Dana White has done with the UFC over the last 32, 33 years is absolutely amazing. I'm very blessed to be a part of it, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Do you expect this to be your biggest fight? I mean, you've had some legendary fights, but do you think this will be unlike anything else because of the atmosphere, the president, or the occasion?
I do. You know, this has all of the ingredients needed for the biggest fight in UFC history. You've got Conor McGregor and myself, two huge stars in the UFC. We've got history. There was a build-up to this fight, and now you're talking about 250 years of this great nation of ours, America's birthday, the celebration near July 4th at the White House. Like we said, this will never, ever be done before. Never did we ever think this would even be possible, and here we are talking about it. Every time I talk to somebody about it, whether they have heard about it, they are absolutely ecstatic about it, or they haven't heard about it and they think I'm lying to them, Laura. It's absolutely nuts. And you look at the renderings. Have you seen the renderings? It's absolutely amazing.
All right. Well, everyone's going to want a ticket. I want to go. I hope I can. Michael, I can't wait to see you there, my friend.